feel like when you lose a friend that's that young, and I'm that young, it does something to you.
37 hours before my friend Tito passed away, he left a note in his phone that read, "Friends leave and things change. Life doesn't stop for anybody. If life were to ever get between you and I will attach our memories to my heart with just enough strings to fly high off in the sky for only your eyes to always see. Wherever I go, you will forever be a part of me. I love you, Tito, and thank you for always being a part of me. Welcome to episode 3.5, Love, Loyalty, and Friendship." Tito's story.
Ooh, you know I love my fucking friends. You know I love if you love your friends, your cousins, your kids, I don't care who it is right now, bitch. I just need you to look around in the house and say, bitch, I love you, yeah. I love you, yeah. Fuck them other hoes cause I'm down for my bitches. Fuck them other hoes cause I'm down for my bitches. Fuck them other hoes cause I'm down for my bitches. Stop my bitches making money with my bitches. Stop my bitches, that's my uptown bitches. Stop my bitches, that's my downtown bitches. Stop my bitches cause you're fucking with my bitches. Stop my bitches, stop my bitches. Joe, that's my bitchy. Stop my bitchy. And Rocket, that's my bitchy. Stop my bitchy. And Queen, that's my bitchy. Stop my bitchy. And Reed, that's my bitchy. Stop my bitchy. Black, that's my bitchy. Stop my bitchy. JJ, that's my bitchy. Stop my bitchy. Chicken Wing, that's my bitchy. Stop my bitchy. Lil Man, that's my bitchy. Stop my bitchy. The fuck them on the whole.
First off, long live ye. Rest in peace, my dog T.
And it was through my friend Raven that I met my friend Tito.
I have known Tito a lot of my life. We're both from Bogalusa.
Tito and Raven went to high school together. I never forget, we were sitting at the table at her apartment complex, and Tito came up. I told him that I was an English major. He was like, "Oh, I want you to help me write my papers." And that is how Tito and I became friends. How would I describe Tito?
Our little aggravating protector.
He was so short. He was like 4'11".
I don't even know if he was Indian, Mexican, whatever he was.
Puerto Rican from Bogalusa, Louisiana. So imagine like a Puerto Rican Labusi.
Man, Tito he was a lot like me, honestly, except a lot more hood.
He had the strongest accent. He definitely was heavily influenced by black people and black culture. It wasn't like a show. It wasn't a facade. It was just who he was. Tito was very fashion forward, Fendi frames, every kind of Jordan you could think of. He'd get really nice watches. He was just that dude.
He was him. HIM.
A small guy with a lot of heart, a lot of energy, a lot of personality.
Because he was so little, but he was magnetic. He drew so much attention to himself.
Just a beautiful, bright spirit. That's why him and Yara kind of mesh, because they are kind of one and the same, energy-wise, personality-wise.
And if he walked in a room, by the time he left, he knew everybody.
The dude know everybody. You know, back in college days, it's still almost like high school, so everybody got cliques. Everybody got crews. This dude knew every crew and was in every crew and got along with everybody.
I'll never forget whenever I was working at Best Buy, Tito came to live with me and Adrian that summer. And I was working at Best Buy and we needed to get a vacuum cleaner. And so we were going to Best Buy together. And, you know, Tito did his little thing. People knew him for what they knew him for. And he walks in with me. And when I say he knew everybody that I work with, like we're going every hour, we're turning out. Somebody's like, "Oh, what's up, Tito? What's up, Tito?" And I'm looking like, oh, Yeah, you that guy. Tito had motion.
Working his move. What? Working his move. Like, that's him. When they was talking about finessing and jugging, that dude was that back in 2008, 9, and 10.
He could pretty much do anything. He was very handsy, very educated, very just street smart. He just all around was a unique person.
He was a natural born hustler, just like how I am. You know what I'm saying? Stayed on the move, high energy, making money, finding a way to make things happen. That was my little dog.
The time that he spent living with us was hilarious.
I would look at Tito sometimes and be like, bro, I got it. Like, let me do what I need to do. But he was like, no, he was our protector.
Him and Adrian were always getting into it.
Yeah, I just wanted to pick him up sometimes and be like, move. I don't remember how he came about. Like, I don't remember the initial.
I just remember him calling me one day and he was like, I need somewhere to stay. And I was like, let me talk to Adrian about it.
And all of a sudden he was living with us.
And so Adrian and I decided, like, we'll give him until the end of the summer and then he'll stay with us or whatever.
Our friendship all together,
and that was hilarious.
I don't know, like a mom. Somebody was the mom. It was either me or you at some point, and 2 siblings in the household.
Tito was so kind. When I didn't have a car, he would go and take other people's cars to come and pick me up, bring me to work, bring me to get something to eat. When I did have a car, when I was bartending, he came to every club that I worked at, made sure to tip me, made sure his friends tipped me. When he lived with us, he was always so thoughtful, getting us food or whatever. When Tito lived with us, it was when I got into writing, and he would stay up all night with me while I was writing. He would be up at the crack of dawn with me while I was writing. And he always encouraged everything that I did creatively, which was why my first screenplay was actually based off of him that I ever wrote. My first screenplay I ever wrote was based off of him and us living together. But even after that, he was always super supportive of everything that I ever wanted to do.
I don't know. His personality was just so widespread that you just never knew what you would get, whether it's a laugh, whether he's just being genuinely a good person, or he's just ready to go do whatever. Like, if you wanted to go have a good time, Tito was the person to call. You wanted to go make groceries, Tito will roll with you. If I just wanted to ride to Bogalusa for the weekend, Tito was down for the ride. So
after I got married and got pregnant, he was there for me. Tito would come over because Nate was playing football in Minnesota. So he would come over if I was cooking, and he would entertain Eli. If I had to go to the grocery store, he would ride to the grocery store with us, entertain Eli. When I decided to move back home, Tito came over and helped me and my sister and Eli pack up my entire apartment. And he stayed there with us until we had packed everything up. And the next day, when it was time for me to actually move, he came over to tell me bye, and I had some curtains that I gifted him and a couple of other things that I didn't want because he had just moved into his new apartment. He had just started his new job and he had a car. And I just remember like looking at him and realizing that I had watched him grow up from a boy to a man. And I gave him a hug and he hugged me so tight. And it was almost like it was almost like he knew that was going to be the last time he hugged me. And it was, because that might have been in April, and that same year in October, he passed away. The day that I found out that he passed away, I was taking some entrepreneurial classes on Aretha Castle Haley out here in New Orleans. And I had got a text message from my friend Nikki, who is also one of my really close friends from Lafayette. And she texted me and she said, "Hey, I heard that Tito passed away. Is it true?" And I was like, "Oh, no, it's probably not true. Probably just a rumor." So then about 10 minutes later, I got a phone call from Savian, who was one of Tito's really close friends. And Savian asked me if I had heard that he passed away. And I said, well, interesting enough, I just got a text message from Nikki. I said, but it's probably not true. He was like, well, Nee, I'm over here at his apartment and all of his stuff is here, but he's not here. And I really don't know. And I could hear the fear in his voice. And so I just said, well, just, and I'm still trying to be hopeful. So I was just like, just give me a call back whenever you find out or whatever. And maybe about 5 minutes later, he called me. And he couldn't even get it out. And still to this day, I don't think I have ever heard a man cry like that over the phone. And I just remember, like, being overwhelmed with a feeling of like disbelief and shock. His funeral was probably like maybe the following week. And I didn't want to go and look at the body. I kind of sat towards the back. But he had a work accident. He ended up passing away from a work accident. And I don't know. I feel like when you lose a friend that's that young, and I'm that young, I was a couple of years older than him, but losing a friend that young, it does something to you. There's not a year that goes by that I don't think about him. There's not a birthday that goes by that I don't think about him. There's not an accomplishment that goes by that I don't think about him and his response or what his excitement would be. All the time I spent with Tito, I have one photograph of him when he was driving me to work in my car. One day we were on our way to Best Buy and I snapped it. And out of all the time that we spent together, that's the only picture I have of my friend that I took. And we're not even in it together. I record a lot of things. I don't have no tissue and I knew I was gonna cry. I record a lot of things. I record all the time. My friends, I take pictures all the time. And I know that I get on my friends' nerves. I know I get on my family's nerves, but you don't realize what you have until it's gone. When I think about all of the things I've been able to accomplish, especially creatively, and for somebody that watched me, that would stay up with me and write while I wrote and everything, like, I never imagined what life would have been like without having him here to experience and see all of the things that I've been able to do. And so the reason that I thought it was important to do this episode, the reason why I feel like it's important to record everything is because you just don't know. You don't know when it's your last time, and I never ever want to be in a position where all I have is one photo. And ironically, while I'm putting this docuseries, this episode together, Bad Bunny just came out with an album that talks about all of that. There's a song that talks about how I think the translation is I should have taken more photos. And so, yeah, I wanted to do this episode to commemorate him. I wanted to do this episode to honor my friends because y'all mean so much to me. So much to me. And as this docuseries continues on and people get to know a little bit more about my story and everything else, I'm sure I will talk about you guys some more. But y'all mean so much to me in the good, in the bad, in the indifferent. I cannot thank my friends enough for who they are. I can't thank my friends enough for being there for me when I need them. They're always there when I need them most. And that means more to me than money. And so I'll forever take pictures. I'll forever make videos. I will. I'll never stop doing that. I'm going to get on their nerves until the good Lord takes my breath out of me. And yeah, I do all of these things for Tito.
This my whole thing on why he don't have too many pictures with too many people, but probably like Spiff, because that was his homie. The dude was an angel. An angel, you can't really capture them, but you only could just feel them and be around them because they was always around us. He was a light, like really though, like he was just the smallest, but the biggest, big heart. You hear me? Wise. Don't say too much, but he was impactful to all of us, you know. Every time he passed us, he had his own style. He pull up, you know, he did a little dabble on a skateboard. That's ill. That's ill. Tell me I'm lying. You feel me? So that's Tito, bro. He was a light. He was a real angel. I must say that he was a real angel. Dude impacted a lot of people, bro. People love that dude to this day. You heard me? Yeah. And rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, Tito. He was a real one, you dig?
I just feel like Tito was just that one of those people that you miss, you know, when they're no longer around, because his presence, it had a very lasting impact on anybody he came across. He was a very, very genuine, beautiful soul. And I say that not loosely, but genuinely.
Tito is not perfect. Lord knows he got into his share of shit as well. But he was so impactful with the life that he had. And so my desire is to be just as impactful, if not more. And my desire is also to never let his name go down in vain. His life meant something to me. His life meant something to a lot of people.
Gucci. What's up, Corey? Back in the trap. Heavy, real heavy. It's so heavy, real heavy. Gucci.
I'm be fresh as hell if the feds watch.
I think he's going to pick up the fan.
I'll be high as hell if my boss watching.
Heavy, real heavy, it feels heavy. Somebody help me, my neck hurt, my chain heavy. Heavy, go heavy, flow heavy. Gucci bag full of cash, it's so heavy. Listen, I can't let it, I go get it. My ego getting too big, it's too heavy. My head getting too